Assalamualaikum and greetings to Madam and to our fellow viewers. Today, we would like to present our database management project, which our system is named Nautilus 5. So before that, I would like to introduce myself as a group leader. My name is Muhammad Nazdi bin Beseli. These are my group members. First, Delbert Umbi anak Funky. And this is Dexter Dinola anak Lawrence. And this is Muhammad Farihin bin Sazali. And lastly, this is Syed Ahmad Hafiz bin Syed Akil. Without further ado, let us dive deep into the system itself. But first, we need to have some context first. So, I would like to pass this to Delbert to introduce ourselves what is Nautilus 5 and its business core.
Alright, let's start with the business services. The Nautilus V is basically the brain of the shop. It handles all the heavy lifting so the staff don't get stressed out. Here are 5 of the main things it does. Manage book and stock. We can add, find or delete any book so the stock count is always correct. Second, supplier side. It keeps all the supplier info so we know who to call when we need a restock. Third, fast sales. The system records purchases super quick and update the stock at the same time. Fourth, staff management. Bosses can register new staff and check if they are active or not. And lastly, book requests. If a customer wants a book that is out of stock, we log it so we don't forget. Alright, next is the business activities. So what happens in the shop every day? Firstly, the staff are always busy keying in the titles and author to keep the database fresh. And second, when people are buying, they process the sales fast to avoid long queues. Third, they also act as helpers, answering questions and tracking what books people are actually looking for. Next, to make sure nobody mess up the date, we have some ground rules. So I won't list all of them, but here are the big ones. Firstly, the auto minus rule. Every time a sales is made, the system must automatically drop the stock count for the book. And the second is the one staff rule. Every sale is handled by only one staff member, so we know who to track. And the last one is the unique ID rule. Everything in the system, book, staff, supplier, must have unique ID, so nothing get mixed up.
Moving on to project overview. Nautilus is a shared platform built by the 5 of us for physical bookstore. The Nautilus name is about searching for knowledge layer by layer, just like a Nautilus shell. And then the V is for the 5 members of this crew. It's a digital tool that gets rid of all that annoying paperwork. Our vision is to make local shop just like as organized as the giant like Kinokuniya, and then we want to inspire people to keep reading and learning. Our motto is Nautilus 5, knowledge, organize, grow, realize. For the objective, we had some simple goals for this project. First, to design an efficient and practical database for bookstore management. Second, to support fast purchase recording through a compact purchase table. Third, to simplify supplier and stock management for staff. And next, to enable easy tracking of book requests for unavailable titles. And the last one, to apply theoretical database knowledge into a real-world business environment.
Moving on onto problem statement. Here are the problem statement that I'm going to be discussing about. The first one being, most bookstores still write things down by hand or messy spreadsheet. This makes everything slow and full of mistakes. As human, we are bound to make mistakes. So our solution to this is, Nautilus V puts everything in one digital spot. This makes sales fast and accurate. The second problem statement is scattered data. It means that info is usually hidden in different files of physical books. So if you need to check some things, it might take forever to find. To solve this, we decided to build a centralized vault where all data is stored and updated in one place, which is our system itself. The last problem statement is high cost and low speed. You know, when you do everything manually, it means you need more staff just to handle the paperwork. We decided to automate the boring stuff so fewer staff can handle the whole operation with much better speeds. That is all for problem statements.
In this part of our presentation, we will be talking about the organizational chart and the location of our shop. First and foremost, the crew, which is the organizational chart, is needed to run a system this smooth. You need the right team in the right spots. Starting off, we have the big boss. Muhammad Nasdi bin Berseli is our manager. He governs everything. Secondly, the inventory expert, Said Ahmad Hafiz, who handles the stock, and our inventory control manager. Thirdly, the supplier connection. That is me, Muhammad Farihin bin Sazali, who is the supplier manager. Fourthly, the tech master, Delbert Umbi Anak Frankie, who is the system manager. And finally, in our organization chart, is the sales lead, Dexter Dinola Anak Lawrence, who is our lead sales associate. Moving on to the next section, which is our location, our physical shop is located at Jalan Stutong, BDC Kuching. It's a smart spot because it's a central hub surrounded by schools and offices. It's the perfect place to serve students and professionals who need their knowledge fixed every day. Thank you.
Alright, now that we have the context and everything, I will be focusing more on the technical side of the Nautilus 5, of the system itself. So, firstly, I want to show you the ER diagram. This is the ER diagram for Nautilus 5 system. So we have 7 tables, and the first table is supplier management. This is where we handle all of our supplier information, like supplier ID, supplier name, contact number, email address, and its last supply date. And secondly, this is book management, where we handle all of our books that are available in the physical bookstore. There are book title, publisher, author, price, genre, and the supplier that is connected to the supplier management just now. And then the stock management. This is where we handle how much of the book, how much of the stock of the book is left in the physical bookstore. So we have the book ID itself, the quantity, and the last restock date. Next, we have the purchase details. But first, let's go into the record purchase because this is the main page before the purchase details. So record purchase, this is where the staff key in the purchase date, the total price, and the staff ID who is responsible for that transaction record. Although most of this information are automatically done by the system itself. Alright, let's moving on to the purchase details. The purchase details have the book ID, the purchase ID, the quantity, and the unit price. This purchase detail is connected to the book management and also the record purchase. Moving on to the sixth table. This is staff management, where we handle all of the staff management. The name, the email, the contact number, the position, and the status. And these staff are who get the access of the system, because the system itself have the login system where they have to insert their ID and the password. The password is gonna be provided by the system, or they can just put it themselves. They can change it. And lastly, this is the last subsystem of the system, request management. This is where customer can make requests on which book that they want to be included in the bookstore. So when they requested a book or a publication, they need to enter, or the staff need to enter the book title, the author, the publisher, the genre, the customer name who requested the book, the contact number, the request date, the staff ID who is responsible, and the status, whether it is pending, failed, or success. That is for the ER diagram. Alright, I think that we are now ready to dive into the actual system, Nautilus 5 itself. So, let's go. So first, this is the system. We are now greeted by the login page, where staff have to enter their ID and their password. In this presentation, I will be logging as Joker, the manager of the Nautilus 5. So, let's enter the ID and the password. This is just a placeholder and an example. Let's press the access system. Now we are greeted by the overview page, where all the important information is compiled into the page itself. We have the books, the total books, the supplier's book, the supplier's total, the active requests, the staff, and the total inventory in the bookstore. The two big buttons, which will be the main operation of the business, is record purchase and log request. Record purchase is where the staff will enter the purchase transaction details whenever a customer buy a book, and the log request is where the staff will enter the information of the book that the customer wanted to be included in our collection. Now, we have successfully presented the overview page. We are going to be moving on to each of the system, the subsystem. So first, let's go into the supplier. This is the suppliers management page. It shows what suppliers are connected to our business. So first, we have Randy Publishing. In this page, it shows the summaries of the supplier. But when we want to see the full details, we will press the supplier of the card. Each suppliers are divided into cards, so it will look nice and simple. In each card, we have the option to edit the supplier, and then also delete it if it's no longer connected to our business. So first, let's view the full details of the supplier. When I click it, it will bring me to another page where it will show the full details of the supplier. The name, the ID, the contact number, the address, the email, and the last supply date. So, we have also a section for the provided inventory. Which book have they supplied to the collection? So in this example, Randy Publishing has supplied Devil Fruit Zebek book. We can edit the profile. Let's try to edit it. Let's say that we change the name. The supplier has changed the name to Atma Publishing. And then we can just also click update contract. As you can see, it is now changed to Atma Publishing. And that is for the supplier. In summary, but not to forget, we also have the search function where we can search which supplier that we wanted to see. As you can see, it shows what we have searched. This is useful because normally a bookstore will have a lot of suppliers, especially when the bookstore is large. So to make this simple and accessible, we give the search function so that when you want to search for a specific supplier, you just need to enter the supplier name. Alright, let's try registering new supplier. So click this register supplier, enter the supplier name. Example is UITM di Hatiku. The contact number, let's just insert any random numbers, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7. Alright, and the email, uitmdihatiku@gmail.com. The physical address, Kota Samarahan 93050. Then we sign contract. So now the supplier is included in our supplier management. As you can see, UITM di Hatiku. And this is the last date that was recorded. For example, today is 28th January, so it will automatically generate the date and include it in the summary of the card in the supplier management page. We are going to try deleting a supplier. Let's say that UITM di Hatiku has stopped supplying books for our bookstore. We can just press delete button. As you can see, the UITM di Hatiku supplier information and the card itself is gone from the system. But although you cannot see it, but the information that is connected to the supplier, like the book and the transaction and anything that is related, is still archived and stored in the database itself. But for the system itself, we can't see it anymore. Now that we have completed the supplier, we are going to move on into another subsystem, the book subsystem. As you can see, when I press this books, it will show a page just like a supplier but for the books. Each book information are compiled into cards in this page. As you can see, there are 2 books that are available in the collection of the bookstore. For example, Devil Fruit Zebek and Database do Flamingo. So when I want to see full details of the book, I just click the card. As you can see, it will show the title, the genre, the author, and the publisher. But you can see the supplier here, and the price, and the genre, and the author. Let's say that the price has changed from 50 ringgit to 60 ringgit. We can press the edit button. We can change it to 60 ringgit. If all the information remains the same, we don't have to change it. Just change whatever that has been changed in the book information. Let's update the inventory. As you can see, Devil Fruit Zebek is now 60 ringgit. Notice that the publisher, the supplier, is Atma Publishing. This is because the supplier just now from Wendy Publishing, we changed the name into Atma Publishing. This book inventory page will also change. Don't believe me? Let's change Atma Publishing again. Okay, now that I have updated the supplier name, as you can see, Devil Fruit Zebek is now supplied by Wendy Publishing. Alright, now that we have seen editing, we are going to register a new book. Let's say that the new book title is named Anatomy 101. The author is Jotaro. The publisher, we can pick the existing... No, excuse me. This is publisher. Okay. Let's say that Jojo Publisher is the publisher. And then the genre, you can pick from the existing option, or we can just pick other and then type whatever it is. For example, science. And then the supplier. This is where all of the active supplier are listed, and you just have to click which one. For example, let's say that when the Penguin Books is supplied this kind of book, and the price, how much does the book cost? For example, let's insert 100 ringgit. Let's register it. Now, the Anatomy 101 book is now listed in the book inventory page. The supplier, the category, the author, the price. Let's try deleting it. As you can see, it is now gone from the book inventory page. Just like the supplier management page, we have search function for this page as well. Let's search database the Flamingo. As you can see, it only shows what I have searched in the search bar. Okay, I think that's it for the book inventory page or the book management subsystem. Let's go into the third subsystem, which is stock. This is where all of the stocks that are available in the bookstore. As you can see, it is connected to the book title that we have in the system, like Database the Flamingo and Devil Fruit Zebek. In this table, there are book title, which is asset name, last activity, which if you updated the quantity, it will show the latest date that you have updated the information. And then the status, when it is below the required stock, it will show running low, but then if it is in a normal quantity or a stable quantity, it will change. I will show you after this. This is quantity, the quantity that we have in the bookstore, how many Database the Flamingo books are available in the bookstore, and then this is the action. Let's adjust the Database the Flamingo. Let's say that we have the supplier have supplied 100 books to our bookstore. As you can see, I can just change the exact quantity. We said that the supplier supplied 100 books, so 100 plus 15 is 115. Let's override the records. As you can see, the Database the Flamingo quantity is now 115, and the status has changed to good. It means that the stock is in a good condition. Now, one interesting fact about the inventory vault page is if the quantity is too low, it will show in the overview page that it is critical and need to be supplied as soon as possible. Let's say that Devil Food Zebek is selling fast. Oh no, one quantity is left for the Devil Food Zebek. As you can see, it shows critical. And then if I click overview, it shows that critical stock, Devil Food Zebek 1 left. It is like a notification. Whenever a staff enter the system, it will notify that please restock this as soon as possible. Alright, let's go back to the stock. As mentioned, just like suppliers and book management page, we also have search functionality. This is to ensure ease of search and ease of access. Just imagine that we have 1,000 titles. It's gonna be hard scrolling through all of the titles, so we just insert what we want. That, for example, Devil Food Zebek. As you can see, it shows the title that we have searched. Alright, I think that's it for the inventory or the stock management. Alright, let's move on to the main business operation, which is recording a purchase transaction. It is accessible through the overview page, or you can just click on the bar of your screen that is placed on top of the screen. So let's try clicking it from the overview page. As you can see, the button record purchase is big and highlighted with the blue color, so that the staff can easily click it without worrying to search where is the button. Let's click it. As you can see, this is the record purchase page where staff will enter information about the purchase. Let's say a customer named Trisha. She bought a book or several books and she handed it to the staff, and the staff will process the transaction. So first, the staff will enter the book title. The book title is only including the title that is included in our collection of the book in the bookstore. For example, here we have two titles, Database do Flamingo and Devil Food Zebek. Let's say that Trisha bought 10 Database do Flamingo. Let's enter Database do Flamingo, and then the quantity 10, and then the price, the price per unit. This is automatically inserted by the system, so you don't have to worry about it, memorizing the price of each book title. And also the date is automatically inserted as well to the latest date, which is today, 28 January. And then that's it. We click process sell. We make sure that the system is simple and fast, so that each customer don't need to wait for a long time while the staff is doing the key-in process. And as you can see in the sales history, the Database do Flamingo is bought and is included in the sales history. As you can see, the information in this sales history is the ID, the date, the staff who managed the transaction, the book title, and the quantity that has been bought, which in this case is 10 minus 10, the total, which is the quantity, and you times it with the unit price, and then you get the total. Alright, in this action button we have two options, to delete it or to edit it. In case a staff made a mistake, you just can press the edit button, and then you can see modify transaction. The only information that you can change is the date, the quantity, and the unit price. So let's say that we made a mistake, the staff made a mistake. Actually, Trisha bought 5 books. So we changed the quantity from 10 to 5. And then execute update. Just like that, the sales history has been changed. Simple as that. Just like other function, we also include search function because we make sure that it is easy for staff to search for a specific sales history for reference purposes or evidence purposes. Alright, let's say we search for database de Flamingo. There you go. It shows the exact title that we have searched. Pretty simple. So let's say that we want to delete a purchase record. Let's say that they have refunded the book, so we just deleted the transaction, or the staff made a mistake. Refund. Yep. As you can see, the only sales history left is database de Flamingo with the quantity of 5. Pretty simple, right? Alright, let's move on to the staff management. As you can see here, the page, it is similar to others management page. We have the information which is presented with cards. For example, we got Joker, the mastermind or the manager, the Michael, the manager, the Jojo, cashier, and Morgana, advisor. Each of the staff has their own ID, unique ID, and then email and also status, whether it is active or they have already been removed. So each card has the option to edit or remove. If we say that Morgana has left the company, then we can just remove them. But first, let me show you the view full profile function. So when you click view full profile, it will show the full details of the set stuff. Let's say here, let's see here, Morgana, his ID is 1, his level position is advisor, and the contact number, the current status, and the email. It is worth mentioning that only admins and manager can update the profile because we don't want a normal staff to manipulate the information in this system. So let's try updating the profile. As you can see, let's say that his position, the Morgana's position has changed to admin. We just click position and then admin, and then update the profile. As you can see now, Morgana is now an admin of the system. So let's say that we are gonna fire a staff, which is Michael. He is doing a bad job. So as a CEO, we need to remove him from the system. Let's press remove. As you can see, Michael has been removed from the staff management page. He is no longer in our business. It is as easy as that. Let's say we want to recruit a new staff. His name is Shahrain, and his contact number, we just insert a random number combination. Shahrain, email address, and then his position is an intern. We can create a password for this user, but we can just give a simple password like 123. But if we want a secure password, we give them a unique password that they have to remember, but for this example I'm just gonna give 123. Shahven has been included in the page of staff management. You can see all the information that is compiled in this card of him. Shahven, intern, staff ID, email, and their status. Alright. The staff management page also has a search function in case the company has a lot of staff. So to make it easy, we just insert someone's name, the staff name. So for example, Shahven, click search, and then it only shows Shahven as the result. Now that I have shown you the staff management and its function, I want to show you how a staff can access the system. Let's say that Shahven want to access the system. First, we have to log out. Just now, we insert Shahven's ID to be 245. So we insert that, and then the password, which is normally 123, not normally, but we use 123 as his password just now. So we insert that and then click access system. As you can see, it is as easy as that. And the staff is also linked with the record transaction. So let's say that someone's bought a book and Shahven need to record that purchase. So let's simply put all of the information, process sell, and then you can see that the agent type is Shahven because he is responsible for recording this purchase. As simple as that. Let's move on to the last subsystem of Nautilus 5, which is request management. So this management page is access to the overview page of the sidebar on the top screen. But in this overview page, you can see the log request button is highlighted by red so that it is easy for staff to click on them and to notice them. So let's say, for example, a customer named Zahra. She came into the counter and said that she searched for an exact book, but she have been searching for it in the bookstore but has not found it. So what she did is that she wanted to request this book. The staff said, yes, this is possible. So when this happens, the staff open the system and click the log request. So it brings you to the book request management page. This is where all of the information that is needed on the request. So for example, Zahra, she said that she wanted a book named Romance 101, and so staff insert the title book in the field Romance 101. And then for the other information, author, publisher, genre, and the customer name is given by Zahra. Let's say that, for example, she doesn't know who the author, the publisher, and the genre. She just knows the exact title. The staff can just put a placeholder name for all of this information, and they can come back into this exact request, and then they update it with the latest information. But in this situation, let's say Zahra know all of them. Zahra said the author is Shanks, while the publisher, she said that it is Forehead Pirate, and the fiction is fiction, and the genre is fiction, and customer name just now is Zahra. And then the staff will also ask for her contact number so that we can contact them to check whether is this the right book or is this what you wanted or anything. Or we can just update them whether their request is possible or not. So let's just put random combination of number. Then after complete, we just press log request. After that, just scroll down and you can see that the request has been inserted into the table. As you can see, the ID of the book, the ID of the request, and then the book details, the title, the genre, the requester, which is Zahra, and then the handling agent, the staff who key in all of the data and handle the request, and then the status, which now is pending because it is not successful yet. So the right side is action button. We have 5 of them: the I button, the check mark, the X button, the edit button, and then the delete button. So we are going to through them one by one. First, let's go into the I button, which is view. This is where the staff can view the full details of the request, the request ID, the title, the status, the request that was made, the author, the publisher, the genre, the staff who handled them, and then the client intel as well. Let's say that we want to edit it. We can edit it through this view page, or we can just go back and press the edit button. Let's say that Zahra made a mistake. She said that, oh no, the book is actually named Romance 202. So let's change Romance 101 to Romance 202. That's basically it. Simple as that. Then just click save. As you can see here, the title has been changed in the table. It is now Romance 202 instead of 101. And then we are going to try clicking the X button. Let's say that the request is impossible to be made because we cannot acquire the book that she wanted. So let's just click X. We mark them as impossible. Alright, now that you can see, it is now listed on the bottom of the table. As you can see, the status has changed from pending to failed. Now, we are gonna try clicking the button, this button, which is to reopen the request. Let's say that, oh, actually, we maybe can do this. We can try it again. So just click reopen. And then as you can see, the request is now listed again. And then this time, it is actually possible and we managed to acquire the book that Zahra wanted. So let's click mark acquired, which is a green check mark. Now, the status has changed from pending to completed. As simple as that. Now let's say that the customer has changed their mind and wanted to cancel the request. The staff can just click the delete button. So let's try this. This is another request, which is Pirate King, requested by Ren. So let's delete it. As you can see, it is now deleted and not listed in the table at all. This is to make sure that all information is only important to the staff and the deleted information is gone from the system. Just like other systems, we have search functionality as well. So let's say that we want to search Romance 202 just now. We just click search. As you can see, it only shows the request that include the exact title that you have searched. Alright, now that we have explained the request management, I can assure you that I have shown all of the subsystem that is included in this Nautilus 5. That's it for the explanation of the system itself. Okay, so everything has been presented well and the video has come to an end. In conclusion, we as a group has successfully created a system that eliminates the need of the manual process of recording a purchase or any kind of process that is operated in the business of physical bookstore. We made it easy by our system, Nautilus 5. So, thank you guys for watching, and leave a like and comment for any feedback. Thank you.